Let's talk the 5 techniques of conflict management. So when we manage conflicts as leaders, what we're trying to do is get to a solution based on a certain amount of time that we've been given. But also when we look at the parties that are involved and the situation that's involved, that also determines how we come to a solution. So in project management, there are 5 techniques. You can accommodate the conflict, you can avoid the conflict, you can compromise the conflict, you can force the conflict, or you can collaborate through the conflict. And just so that we're clear, none of these decisions of conflict management are inherently good or evil or right or wrong. It's all based on time and situation. There will be times where you have to be forceful in your conflict resolution, but there will also be times where you need to compromise. When you think of the word accommodate, think of the word smooth, and think of the phrase letting others win at your expense. Why would you ever want to let someone win at your expense? Well, for example, if you're trying to keep things quick and also the situation isn't that important, then you can be an easygoing person and just simply let the other person win. Little things don't always have to be argued about. What color are the curtains going to be? Are we going to use carpet or hardwood? Now, it might be big situations for somebody else, but for you, they might not be as big. When you think avoidance, think preserving the peace at your own expense. So different from accommodating or smoothing, where you let others win at your expense, avoidance is a net zero. We use this when things need time to develop. Some solutions will figure themselves out. Imagine if you get in a heated argument with somebody. One of the best things to do might just be to avoid the conversation, avoid the topic. Think of all the times that you could have brought up something, but you didn't because you knew it would start an argument. You wouldn't succeed from it, they wouldn't succeed from it, because it's not seen as an actual form of resolution. It's seen as a band-aid. When you overuse avoidance type methods or withdrawing, it shows that you're unwilling to deal with conflict head on. However, when you avoid things, sometimes that extra time allows things to develop for perspective and knowledge to be gained. So if you choose to avoid something or withdraw from it, you can ask yourself, is there some time in the future where I might find a solution? And that's okay. Compromising or reconciling is sometimes referred to as a lose-lose. What you're doing is you're taking the cost of some of their expectations and you're trading that for speed on a solution. If there are 10 items that each person wants, and you have 2 people arguing for this, which is 20 items, but you can only afford to say pay for 8 of them. Well, you choose 4 from one person and 4 for the other person. That's a compromise, but then each person is left feeling, man, those other 6 things I really wanted are missing out. When you're accommodating someone, you are losing at their expense. When you're compromising, you both have something to lose and you both have something to gain. A lot of times we might say that we're compromising with someone when in reality we're accommodating them because we have no benefit. Another method is called the force method, the direct method, the competing method. It is when you as a leader make a decision regardless of anybody else's decisions or opinions. You are winning at everybody else's expense. And why? Because everybody is wasting time and the thing that we're arguing about isn't that important. However, you see the importance in the decision that you're making. A lot of times you see this referred to as upholding morals or principles. If we don't do it this way, these consequences will happen. It's great when you need to be assertive. It's great when you need to hold people accountable. But the problem is that we're free-willed moral agents. People want to have the ability to make decisions. And if you take away their ability to make decisions over time, they become demoralized. And our job as leaders isn't just to make decisions, it's to help others come to an agreement on how to make decisions. Having the power of choice is essential to making a lively, high-performing, creative team. So don't try to take away options too often. We do this with children a lot. That is needed. Children don't know what the right answer is. Sometimes you can't always argue with a child. You just simply need to make a decision. However, as a child grows, they also need to be able to make decisions for themselves, and so you need to teach them as a leader how to properly make decisions. But collaboration is the most important. Collaboration is a win-win for everyone. All needs are met. There is nothing unsaid. Everybody is able to understand the other person's viewpoints. But the hardest thing about collaboration is that it takes time. Think about when we sit down as a group. We have multiple parties with different ideas, and then we all come together as to solutions to everybody's issues, and it focuses on long-term results. This is different between a compromise, because as a compromise, you sometimes put other people's needs as expense. When you collaborate, all of their needs are being met.